You're on the couch, enjoying a snack, and you feel it. That intense stare from your furry best friend. You look down, and those big, pleading eyes are asking that one single question we're going to answer today. Can I have some?
It's that silent, powerful question every single dog owner knows. You want to share, of course you do, but then that little voice in your head pops up, right? Wait, is this actually okay for them?
It's a moment of uncertainty that we all go through. But here's the good news. In the next few minutes, we're going to clear up all that confusion. You'll know exactly which kitchen snacks are safe, healthy treats, and maybe even more importantly, which ones are dangerous hazards that you have to avoid.
So, let's get into the why of it all. Why can't our dogs just eat whatever we eat? I mean, it seems simple enough, right? Well, it all comes down to the fact that their bodies are just wired completely different than ours. Let's break down what that means. This right here is the best way I found to explain it. Think about a severe food allergy in people. For most of us, a peanut is a perfectly healthy snack, but for someone with a severe allergy, it can be life-threatening. For dogs, certain foods we eat act just like that allergen. Their bodies can't process them, and something that's a healthy bite for you can be a straight-up poison for them.
All right, enough of the scary stuff for a minute. Let's get to the fun part. The tasty, vet-approved treats that you can share with your best friend without any of that worry.
But first, the number one rule. I want you to look at this chart. See that little slice? Treats, even the super healthy ones we're about to talk about, should only make up about 10% of their daily calories. That big 90% chunk has to come from their balanced, complete dog food. Moderation is everything.
So what's on the yes list? Well, apple slices are fantastic. They're crunchy and full of vitamins. But, and this is a big but, you have to make sure you remove the core and all the seeds, because the seeds contain trace amounts of cyanide. Blueberries are like little antioxidant powerhouses for your dog, and on a hot day, a few chunks of watermelon without the rind or seeds is an amazing way to help them stay hydrated.
And what about veggies? Carrots are a classic for a reason. They're low-cal, and that crunch is just great for their teeth. Here's a fun one. Cucumbers are almost all water, so they're another fantastic, hydrating snack, especially for pups who might not drink enough on their own. Green beans and cooked sweet potatoes are also wonderful vitamin-packed choices.
Before we continue, if you're finding this information helpful, please take just a second to subscribe, like, and share. It really does help us get this info out to more pet parents and keep more furry friends safe and healthy.
Okay, now we need to talk about the really serious stuff. This next section is probably the most critical part of this whole explainer. These are the foods you must never, ever give your dog. There are no exceptions here. This is non-negotiable for their safety.
At the very, very top of the danger list, grapes and raisins. The scariest part about these is that scientists and vets still don't know the exact substance in them that's so toxic. And that mystery is why we're so strict about it. Even a single grape could potentially cause sudden, irreversible kidney failure.
And I'm not exaggerating. As this quote shows, we see these tragic cases where a dog's kidneys shut down after eating just a few grapes that fell on the floor. The risk is just not worth it. There is no safe amount, period.
Next up is the whole onion family. So we're talking onions, garlic, chives, leeks, all of it. These guys contain compounds that literally attack a dog's red blood cells, causing them to break down. This leads to a dangerous condition called anemia, which basically means their body can't carry enough oxygen. It can cause weakness, pale gums, and in severe cases, collapse.
And there are a few others to be really careful about. Avocados have a toxin called persin. The pits from cherries, peaches, and plums are a double threat. They're a major choking hazard, and they also contain cyanide. And macadamia nuts can cause some pretty scary neurological problems. So you have to be extra careful with things like guacamole, which often has both avocado and onion in it. That's a double whammy of danger.
So, what if it happens? Despite your best efforts, your dog snags a grape that rolled under the table. It's a scary thought, I know, but having a plan can make all the difference in the world. So let's walk through the oops plan.
The number one thing is to stay calm, but you have to act fast. Time is absolutely critical, so please don't wait for symptoms to show up. Call your veterinarian or an animal poison control hotline immediately. Be ready to tell them what your dog ate, about how much and when it happened. And, this is so important, please do not try to make your dog vomit at home unless a vet specifically tells you to. You could accidentally cause much more harm.
Okay, so you've made that call, and your vet tells you to come right in.
I know that can be a really stressful drive. So let's quickly go over what you can expect when you get there so you're prepared.
Depending on what they ate, your vet has a few tools. They might induce vomiting safely right there in the clinic. They might also give your dog activated charcoal. It's like a super sponge that soaks up any leftover toxins in the stomach. A lot of the time, they'll be put on IV fluids to help flush their system and support their kidneys. The best news is, with quick action, the outlook is often very, very positive.
After all of this, it really comes down to this one simple, powerful rule. If there's one thing you take away today, please let it be this. When in doubt, just don't feed it. It is always, always better to be safe than sorry.
And finally, remember, this information is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional veterinarian advice. If you have any concerns about your pet's health, please consult with your certified veterinarian. They are your best resource for ensuring your companion lives a long, happy, and healthy life.